Today, you will not attack anybody and walk away whilst I sit in this committee. You can't just be allowed to run down everybody and get up and walk because you are Afenyo Markin. Why?
When the respected Mahama Ayariga was raising his objection, I remained quiet to listen to him because I know that decency requires that we listen to each other in silence.
I will not allow you to breach any inch of the rules today. No inch of the rules will I allow you to breach.
Let me respond to my respected majority leader.
You, Afenyo Markin, have a right to make preliminary statements. You don't.
We are lawyers, and in the East, we must demonstrate that practice.
But you have converted it into a platform to do a press conference where you attack and impugn people and walk away with it. I'm saying that today you will not attack anybody and walk away whilst I sit in this committee.
Next line, you are marking. Don't say this. Don't say that. Where are we heading to?
I intend to be offensive because he has told me that I am here to deliberately obstruct the minority. What did you say about that?
This is not fair. The whole world is watching us.
The ranking member has no right, no lawful authority to raise anything about what happened in court. If you raise them, I'm going to object.
I know he's your leader, but Chairman, this is unacceptable.
He has referred to the nominee as a disputed nominee. Are you in court disputing his nomination and expect me to sit here and not respond?
Whatever that is happening today, history is watching.
And you are not in court challenging the conduct of the committee. You are not. You as a person, you are not in court challenging the conduct of the committee.
With all due respect.
You allowed the minority leader. I'm responding to his
not asking
objection.
the minority leader to raise an issue. Order.
I am responding to I'm responding.
Honorable minority leader.
Let me respond.
Honorable minority leader, hold it. Honorable minority leader, hold it. May your microphone be off, minority leader.
Chairman, just a second.
Minority leader, let your microphone be off. Hear me out.
Very well. I will hear you.
Yes, I'm supposed to play the fair game. Hear what I will want to say. Honorable members, can there be an order? Order. I don't want to hear anybody's voice again.
Chairman, the rules.
You have not called him. Chairman,
the rules.
Chairman, he puts on the refs.
The rules are clear.
No, it's not.
The rules are clear. The rules are clear. Chairman, the rules. So when you just come in.
Na abusia ne okọ parliament Ghana mrahye bedwam a oho ehuru dindindindin pa na ene dan mpanifo asi nkonwa bonkonwa na vetia Ghana mpanifo yate se yepese yetoto yewura Paul Baffoe-Bonnie yetoto na no vetin no ene da eduso enti ene nipa bebre na gitri di ni twra da kopiem wo Ghana mrahye bedwam se Chief Justice yepese yenya no na ebire bi atwam no na ye acting na mpanifo apa no hontoma so omra na omeye Chief Justice infama omankronkrama Ghana ne Ghana yi Supreme Court no na ene ebo no ndu baako ne akiri na mpanifo si nkonwa se ye betoto papa ya no ene speaker no tena dwam Bernard Ahiafo etena se yesim edom kuma ne majority no den na mo ka na ye wura Afenyo Markin se di campaign na za yes presence me wa ha mo ma me di kai enkasa na me toto papa ya no kora nza na ogbi foforo so akasa ono so akasa na ye wura Afenyo Markin se kasa no na o kire mu se kwan ya ebire bi atwam Chief Justice anot show ye maame araba tokunu kwan ya Ghana ye fa so eyi nase akonwa ne kwan ya Paul Baffoe-Bonnie ebire bi atwam na ono eye acting Chief Justice etransi di na asem no kora ni nyankopon anim ni ene bonsamati ko ne ma bi anko yie papa enye ne papa so kora na ye fa so edi na asem ntimpanimfo hwe ne ni kan ka ho asem kora nsa na papa ya toto na no ene vetin yase a ya toto na enoa ne se yewura majority leader no so ye frɛ no eye Ayariga echirum said there be or reject any objection my lord and as a higher court ono so ntiase ye ma asem no kura de Afenyo kan ye ntrase kura ma ye ntie na asem na no na no mudi abani ene ne ebehu se wakosu ana so nko school ene brofa kese na be se 11 na ne donhwere baako ne achi na Chief Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie yentoto na no on cheso onso ne mic kura mpo no wakasa na adane twema mentwe dom kuma ne majority dia boy ni wo ha chesa Afenyo kire mu se yentoto Paul Baffoe-Bonnie yentoto na no ansa kwan ya ofaso edi Justice Tokonu Araba Sanso ni din so no yedi na asem no enko yenti yeni kan no ansa kora ne abeka enasem no na sene ya ensam no koye no na chese echese yeko break na yakwaji nsuo ne koko drink bi edigu ye menase na wo de akiri yesan ebeto aso na yeko break.
I shall proceed my remarks with a quote from Shakespeare's Macbeth, Act 1, Scene 7. First, as I'm his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, and as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, and not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan has borne his faculty so meek, has been so clear in his great office, and his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn baby, striding the blasts of heaven's cherubim, housed upon the silent couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye. Tears shall drown the wind. I have no spare to prick the size of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls on the other. Chairman, this morning, on behalf of the caucus, we hear with a heavy heart, but an unshakable resolve to defend the Constitution of Ghana, protect judicial independence, and uphold the rule of law. We gather to vet a disputed nominee for office of Chief Justice of Ghana. This should be a moment of national pride and institutional renewal.
I have an issue.
Instead, it has become a test of whether Ghana's judiciary will remain independent or fall under executive and political control.
Honorable Minority Leader. Honorable Minority Leader, just hold it a second. Yes, Honorable Ayariga.
Mr. Chairman, we are here because our rules say we should be here. And the same rules indicate exactly what we can do or not do when we gather here. Order 122 and 123. I want you to focus on those two orders. 123 talks about content of speeches, whereas 122 provides the grounds on which debate can be interrupted. So I come under order 122. But my objection is founded on content of speeches. I've heard the ranking member of the committee refer to, I believe, the nominee as a disputed nominee to the post of Chief Justice. 123 says, a member shall not raise any question. 123(5). A member shall not raise any specific question upon which the House has come to a conclusion during the current session, except on a substantive motion for rescission. I recall that just a couple of days ago, I think Thursday, the same member brought a motion to the House trying to stop this committee from sitting to vet the nominee. The matter was exhaustively debated, and you, Mr. Speaker, gave a ruling. Subsequently, the Speaker himself, because you sat as a Deputy Speaker, the Speaker himself came and recounted the motion and also gave a ruling. So this issue about the propriety or otherwise of whatever happened has been raised on the floor debated extensively, and a ruling given. Apart from that, Order 1237 says that the conduct of the Speaker, the Chief Justice, members and justices of the Superior Court of Judicature shall not be raised in Parliament except upon a substantive motion. You cannot raise anything about the conduct of a member of the Superior Court of Judicature of this country in Parliament except by a substantive motion. No substantive motion is before us, and so the ranking member has no right, no lawful authority to raise anything about what happened in court, the processes leading to a removal of anybody, and the nomination of anybody. You have no right, pursuant to our rules, to raise those issues. So be guided, because if you raise them, I'm going to object. So I am objecting to the use of the term disputed nominee, because there's no dispute before us regarding the nomination.
Yes, Honorable Habib, there is an issue raised.
Yes, that's what
And I must give the floor first to the person who raised the issue in relation to which objection is being taken to respond. Yes, Honorable Minority Leader and the ranking member of the committee. This is the issue raised to part of the submission that we have started raising. What is your response to it?
Chairman, first of all, the majority leader is clearly acting in bad faith, seeking to obstruct the rather peaceful processes we have started, and as it were, try to use his numbers to intimidate. Let me ask, the rule he relied on has to do with debate on the floor of the House. There are dark clouds indeed in this country where freedom of speech by mere operation of a supermajority, you cannot even as a member of parliament make your comment. I am not moving a motion. I am not debating. Please, Chairman, the rule he relied upon. Is it this situation where people move from here and there to create confusion and create their own jurisprudence must come to an end with respect. Interruption of debate. That is, if you go to page 70 or the 122, the title there, the subtitle, interruption of debate. Debate may be interrupted by a point of order. And then he says that I am debating. Who is debating here? Mr. Chairman, if the majority leader has anything to say in opposition to my opening remarks, he has a right bona fide as a leader of government business and as a leader of the House to also state his submission. I have seen him with his written submission, be it for his opening remarks or see that to you as a chair of the committee to read it for answered. But this process where, as it were, try to use it to deny you, don't say this. So every line that I read he will censor it and say, you use this word. Mr. Chairman, we are not going to make any progress with that. Again, the 1, 2, 3 that he relies upon. He says that the conduct of the Speaker, the Chief Justice, members and Justices of the Superior Court of Judicature shall not be raised in Parliament except upon a substantive motion. With the greatest respect. Have I raised any issue that is situated within the context of 123.7 to warrant this so-called objection? Chairman,
Honorable members, can we have some order?
Chairman,
Honorable members, can we have some order and listen to the minority leader in silence?
Chairman, we are here to discharge a civic duty and responsibility. We are political actors who have our political views on matters of national interest. The matters giving rise to the nomination is purely political, and every Ghanaian adult knows this. Your side raised it as a political issue during the campaign. You are going to remove Justice Tokonu as Chief Justice, and that has happened. If in my statement I contextualize to say that disputed nominee, it is our view we hold as a minority caucus. Right, express it. We have to express it. And that is why I added by saying that this should be a moment of national pride and institutional renewal. Instead, it has become a test of whether Ghana's judiciary will remain independent or fall under executive and political control. Can't I have these bona fides also that have to be obstructed by the majority leader when you have every unfettered right to raise your issues? Chairman, humbly, please control proceedings. Please take charge. Let our respected leader of government business understand that after speaking, after making my comment known on behalf of the minority, he can seek your leave to also make his opening remarks. By the way, by way of conclusion, this is not the first time a leader in the minority is having this opportunity to make opening remarks. It predates me. From J.H. Mensah's era, he and J.H. Owusu Achampong, all the way to Alban Bagbin, MP for now Dole Kalio, and minority leader as he then was. The videos are there. Hansard is there. Honorable Bagbin had unfettered opportunity to make his political statement on behalf of the minority, and they were not stopped on point of order. It got to Chairman Sabonsu, it got to Harun Edrusu, and recently, my own respected colleague, Dr. Kasiel Atufosen. The records are there. Let's not create a certain impression as if all it is you are majority, so we cannot even say a word. We must have our rights. These are far right. We will state them, and you would also have the opportunity to state them for the record. Please, let us have some more.
Honorable Minority Leader, your point is made. Yeah. Yes, you have listened to the response.
Right, Honorable
members. It's not every issue that will necessarily call for the chair making a ruling. But honorable members are indicated as a preliminary issue that let us all operate within the rules. Honorable members, may I add that we need to also observe the principle of brevity. Yes, what do you have to say?
Chairman, if you read rule 1233, where, in the opinion of the Speaker, the words of a member used in a speech, and it doesn't matter whether the speech is at plenary or at committee, a speech is a speech in Parliament. So where, in the opinion of the Speaker, the words of a member used in a speech are offensive, abusive, insulting, blasphemous, or unbecoming, impute improper motives, or impugns the integrity of a member or any other person, the Speaker may order that the member withdraws those words or withdraw and apologize. Mr. Speaker, when we came into this chamber, this committee meeting room, and you started, you referred to the nominee as Chief Justice. When you referred to the nominee as Chief Justice, the minority objected to the reference to the nominee as Chief Justice and said that he is not a Chief Justice, he is a nominee to the post of Chief Justice, and so you must refer to him appropriately. Or acting Chief Justice, because he's also an acting Chief Justice. And an acting Chief Justice is a Chief Justice. Now, he has referred to the nominee as a disputed nominee. Disputed nominee. Disputed nominee. You are in court what? Are you in court litigating his nomination? No. Are you in court disputing his nomination? You are not in court challenging his nomination. So to the extent that you are not in court challenging his nomination, there is no dispute about his nomination. If there is a dispute about some other action. So you have no right to look him in the face here before this committee and refer to him as a disputed nominee and expect me to sit here and not respond. So, Mr. Chairman, pursuant to our own rules, he has to withdraw and apologize to him for referring to him as a disputed nominee when he is not a disputed nominee.
Chairman, let me.
Honourable members.
Chairman, he has had two opportunities to make a point. Let me respond to
Honourable members, Honourable Minority Leader. Listen to what I will have to say.
Okay.
Please proceed and raise your issue. Avoid the use of disputed Chief Justice. Once I do not have a right to refer to him as a Chief Justice, but Chief Justice nominee, let us all observe that rule and refer to him as such.
Let me be unequivocally clear. The minority in Parliament objects to and unequivocally condemns the coordinated campaign to subjudicate Ghana's judiciary to political domination. Chairman, the facts speak for themselves.
I object again. I object again.
On the 22nd
I object again.
April,
I object again, Chairman.
On 22nd of April,
I object again.
2025.
Chairman, I object again. I object.
Hold on. Honourable members, I think at this particular point, I must place on record that I have admonished that we should all operate within the ambit of the law.
Mr. Chairman, please. Mr. Chairman, if the minority, led by the minority leader, were to walk out here and invite all the journalists, they could describe the work of the committee in any language. In any language. Nobody. Freedom of speech. But before this committee of Parliament, the rules are clear. What you can raise and what you cannot raise, and how you can raise it. I'll be surprised if after all these years in this Parliament, you don't understand those rules. I'll be surprised. Yes, I intend to be offensive because he has told me that I am here to deliberately obstruct the minority. What did he say about that? To describe my conduct here as deliberately obstructing the minority when I'm trying to keep him to the rules. When you say the conduct of a judge We're not talking about the personal conduct, who he slept with and who he didn't sleep with. We're talking about his work, how he conducted his work. You are saying that the committee conducted its work in an opaque manner. That's what you are saying. In darkness. That's what you are saying. And that the outcome of their work is a travesty of justice. That's what I'm saying. And you are not in court challenging the conduct of the committee. You are not. You as a person, you are not in court challenging the conduct of the committee. You know the rules in the Constitution regarding the work of the proceedings. You haven't shown at any stage that the rules in the Constitution governing the work of the committee have been breached in any way. How can you come and sit here and describe the work as opaque, travesty of justice, and improper removal, and etc., and expect me to sit here and allow you to do that? You are clearly violating the rules. And when I try to guide you how to go about your work, then you say that I'm trying to obstruct you.
Honourable Majority Leader, you've made your point. And again, if I'm called upon to do a ruling, the rules are clear that we should refrain from the use of offensive language. We are here for the purposes of vetting. A situation where the process will be used to describe the work of a committee to be opaque, meaning it was done in darkness, is offensive. Therefore, I would order that same be expunged from the record as if it doesn't exist. Honourable Minority Leader, proceed.
Chairman, with respect. Chairman, with respect, he raised the objection. You didn't give me the opportunity to respond. And you're saying that you have ruled. I mean, what is the fairness in this? He just raised the objection. He didn't refer to any rule this time. This time, he didn't refer to any rule. And then he says that we should go and do press conference.
Honourable Minority Leader, kindly proceed.
It is our contention that the process leading to the removal of Her Ladyship Justice Araba Isaba Tokonu was unfair, it lacked due process, it did not adhere to any constitutional procedure.
Chairman,
we continue.
I hope, Chairman,
To say,
I hope, Chairman, that persistently violating the rules of this House is a breach of privilege. You know that. Persistently
if that
violating the rules of this House.
Chairman,
Honourable Minority Leader.
He's made a point. Let me make a point with respect to you.
Honourable Minority Leader, if you can hear me out,
yes,
maybe the point that you want to make, you may realize that it is not necessary. Honourable members, let's have it in mind that we are not sitting here as a committee over any decision made by another committee or a court of competent jurisdiction. So bringing same or making same as a subject matter of discussion, with all due respect, this is not fair to members of those committees and those who presided over those cases. So if we are playing by the fair principles, please let's refrain from all those things and be guided by our rules in raising our issues. Minority Leader, you just spoke about fairness. So is it fair that a committee that is not before us, their rulings are brought here and described in a manner unwarranted by our rules? So with all due respect, this will clearly...
We know, and it's a fact, that all of you are of the same stock. We, however, think that we should be heard. All these objections that they are raising here and there has one aim, that the minority must not be heard for posterity. They know that if these views get into Hansard, it will come back and haunt them someday. That is all that they are doing. Chairman, it's not a matter for ruling. I hold a view on behalf of my colleagues that you should restrain the majority leader, because it is one too many. Very consistently, the statement that I made as part of my remarks that he is invoking Order 103F is neither here nor there. I didn't make any prejudicial comment. I didn't say anything that offends Order 103F. It is very clear what he is up to. Let us be very fair. Let us allow democracy to be at play. They are in the majority, no doubt. What is the problem? They are in majority, no doubt. But they should allow us. I'm responding to, you see, Chairman, he, Chairman,
but you can't be jumping from this issue.
Chairman, what the majority leader is doing, is not fair. He raises his issues. You don't have to respond. When you are responding, he now determines how you should respond to him. The chief whip has spoken. You have spoken. When you are talking, you don't calculate the hours.
Because
honorable members, order.
When you are talking,
order.
When you are talking, you don't talk about the
on this note, we'll break for cocoa. So it's
abusuya na ensem ni bi eno no menne ohudu gidigidi na ni nyina mu no ahya nso ana ye de bebe so mo ye fra me dan Kwesi Prince Daily View ghts suni mesel se nene da wo ba no subscribe wa share wa comment every baby a hwe free na abusuya no atimi akoso akọ danim na bifa be jam be kra mo am yakono wo ye company wo ye brand sankran dwumaku baby a wo hwe me free wo tie me free wo pese wo advertise wo Daily View ghts kasafidie channel yi so ye je bresa da je bo nwuma ho da wura fa ye na mess no ene marketing team ne monkomo na gi emu enchiremu eyie makrao.